Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to my channel. Or welcome, however it may be. So today I'm going to be a little bit more transparent. So, and this could go so many different ways, and I'm not sure what I don't know. For so long, I have avoided talking about God in any of my videos for fear of alienating people, because I want people to hear what I say and not be like, ugh, she's talking about God again, or ugh, I don't want to even hear what she has to say because, oh, she's one of those religious types, because that is what I have thought for about a lot of people in my life. My view of a Christian has been tainted by a lot of hypocrisy. And so when I hear people saying, oh yes, praise God and all that, I'm like, ugh, here we go. And so now that I've started to like really get a connection with God and really understand it, I'm like, ugh. I don't want to turn people off. And also, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I would not be here today had God not orchestrated certain things to happen at certain times. And I think that's for everyone, but I know for specifics, God puts things and people and places in your life for certain reasons and certain seasons. And yes, that is not that's not the direction that I wanted to go with this. So today's transparency moment is, man, another moment popped in. When I talk to people, they're like, man, you're really good. You're doing so great. And I'm like your mental health and you look happy. And I'm like, no, but I am. And it's it. Blah. And then I'm like, but also sometimes the darkness gets me. And it damn near takes me out. And I don't want to talk necessarily about those times because I'm like, oh, I should do better because I know better. And also, I have to, like, this was like a reminder that, like, I'm still human too. Like, even though I'm going to school and I've done so much healing and I've done so much growing and I know better and I have faith and I whatever, I still fall. And I just have to remember that it's not about the falling, it's about the getting up. So yesterday I was feeling off. I don't know if you've ever felt that way, where you're just like, you're just off. You don't know like what it is. It's just no. So I decided that I'm just gonna put my little pen here because I don't want to get it stuck. But anyway, and I was gonna go lay in the bed with the boyfriend because I just, y'all, this man, I'm very grateful. Not the point of this. And then I get an email. I get an email that basically slaps me in my face and tells me that I am effing up again. And there's no way to un F it up. There's no way. Can't do it. It's out of like, it's done. And so with my already feeling off and this tiny little thing, it just sent me in. It was like, it just was the pinprick that I needed to burst the bubble and fall into a pit. It's literally what it was. It was like the email just came in and said, boop. And I said, oh, I'm going to fall down a whole pit. But here's the thing though. I wanted to stay in the pit. And that's the scary part. The boyfriend says, you're gonna let this one email take you out? And I couldn't open my mouth, which was probably a good thing. Because all I wanted to say in that moment was, yes. I'm the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yep, me. I keep messing up. I keep doing these things. And if I keep doing this, then I'm the problem. And then if I wasn't here, then I wouldn't have to. What? How did we get here from this tiny little email? This tiny little email. You guys, that's all I kept running in my head. I couldn't say anything to him. And I just was crying, playing my game like, yes, this is exactly what I'm fixing to do. And I laugh at it now because it's like, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's like, it's a weird funny, like, for real, Devin? Like, you let this one little email? And when I tell y'all the story, because of course I'm going to have to tell on the devil. When I tell the story, you're going to be like, for real? That was what sent you out? Yes. And that sometimes is all it is. It's like, you're like, one little, and you forget to see the whole big picture. You forget that you've been through so much worse. Or even if you haven't, for me, in my life, I'm not alone. God is with me. And this problem I might have messed up. Yes, Devin, you need to tighten up and you need to do better. But it's not the end of the world. But, okay, so anyway, so going back. You guys, I wanted to hold on to it. I can't tell you why. Decided I was going to take a shower because I do like my most ridiculous of cryings in the shower. It's like my favorite thing. It's not. It's just the water's already running down my face. It's fine. I can, So I'm crying. I am like sobbing because I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh, how did I get this so far down so quickly? And I'm like fighting it because I don't want to be down, because I know what happens when I get down too far and I just let it stay there. But it was like literal. like a literal push-pull of like, no, I'm gonna push through this. It's going to be okay. I don't know how it's gonna be okay. Because of course, it's not just this one situation. I'm like, well, then I did this and I did this and I did this, and I decided to write down all the wrongs that I have done. And so it was a pity party. It was like a a pity party for one. And it was like, and I know I'm just back and forth with my emotions, but it's crazy to think that I allowed myself to get so far down deep into the pits of despair because I let one little tiny blip get in. Like, it just, I forget all of the other amazing things that are going on in my life. Also, that is what depression is. And taking your medication and going to therapy and believing in a power higher than yourself is how you work through and keep pushing through when you've got depression and seasonal depression for reals. So, okay, I cried in the shower. I decided I'm gonna like listen to my Jesus music. And y'all, I don't know about you, but sometimes I imagine God up there like, oh, okay, she ready? Okay, she ready. Let me choose this playlist. And God just be like, oh, and that's what I'm gonna hit her with, and that's what I'm gonna hit her with, and that's what I'm gonna hit her with. Because that's exactly what he did. I was like, okay. And then I'm like sobbing. I made myself sick from crying so hard just because I remembered that I am not alone and that I am loved and that I am enough and that the situation is so insignificant in the grand scheme of things in my life and it's not worth my life. And what the heck, Devin? Get it together. But I lost my faith. I lost my faith because I can't see any way out of this situation at all. Let me just tell you the situation. So, I'm registered for 4 classes for this quarter for my master's degree. I needed to cancel the class. I tried to cancel the class. I scheduled an appointment with my advisor. I missed the appointment because I was dealing with some family stuff. Then the holiday came. I didn't schedule an appointment right away. I tried to call, message again, and I missed the deadline by 1 day. And I had to drop the class because I don't have the money for the class, which is why I shouldn't have kept it as long as I did. But I was like, no, I can find the money. But I was like, I am not going to be able to find this amount of money in this short amount of time that they need it for, to pay my class off. And so now I have to take the class or withdraw from the class, but I'm still financially responsible for it, so I might as well take the class. But after I had decided that I wasn't going to keep the class, I stopped doing homework. So now I'm also no homework for the first week, stuck with the money. And this is kind of how the last time I was about to do my internship with my master's back in, 2018, something happened with that and they said I didn't unregister in time. And I'm like, no, I did. And I literally fought with them for 2 years about it because I had emails. It didn't work out, yada, yada, moving on with my life. I was still responsible for that money. Here we go again. I'm about to finish my degree and I'm about to not be able to finish my degree because I don't know how I'm going to come up with the money to be able to pay for this class so I can take the other 2 quarters so that I can be done. So I spiraled because I'm already late in class. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation. I still don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation. But it's not the end of the world. I've been through so much worse. And just because I can't see a way doesn't mean that God can't make a way for me. And so I have to have faith that even in this really not big situation, that he will work it out so that I can have faith when those really other big situations happen. And it was, as the boyfriend and I were talking about it afterwards, he said, you preach all this faith to like my brother, and and like the situation is not as bad as you think it is, it's going to be okay. He was like, do you not feel that? And I'm like, ugh. He's like, you don't want to be this hypocrisy. I'm like, ugh. The hypocrisy of what I saw for so many years. Ugh. It's like a whole thing of unlearning, relearning, trusting, believing, holding on, pushing through. And it's like, sometimes it's like a lot. And I don't know if anybody else is struggling like I struggle. Whereas I'm grateful. I am so very grateful that my pit hole moment, for as deep as it got, only lasted for a short amount of time. But then today I had to be intentional with my mind. What am I watching? What am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I talking to? Intentional, because I can slide back so quickly if I'm not intentional. So I don't know what you're going through. I don't know if you're struggling with something, but maybe this is just your reminder to just be intentional with what you're doing with your time and your energy and the people that you have in your space. And also intentional, you guys, I'm sorry, the spider just like tapped and it startled me. God. Distractions. And I squirrel a lot. I get distracted by all these little things and I forget to be intentional and to be focused and having a relationship with God. So, remember to be intentional. You are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are enough.